Hey everyone, this is Rob,
And Michelle.
and welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape.
Meet Merp.
Right. All right, so this week we have actually extremely exciting stuff to go over. But first, we're going to talk about what we have been up to this week. A lot of progress has been made. I have a new series, so we'll talk about that as well.
Oh, yeah. Wow. It wasn't out last week.
No, it wasn't.
Cool.
And then we'll be talking about what's going on in the community in general, consensus, interesting topics, questions, all the above. And then we do have some actual stuff this week. Like I mentioned, the raids rewards.
Yeah.
Big
very
blogs,
exciting.
big talking. And then we do have some Q&A stuff. So, of course, if you guys also want to ask your questions, be included in the podcast, you can ask in-game, OSRS, other game, real life, any type of questions you want. Feel free to go to our discord.gg/Bunebape. You can go there. We have a questions channel and you can hang out, join the community. We have giveaways. We do movie nights on the weekends. We do like bingos and stuff. So feel free to join up. And then, of course, we do have to do a shout out to all of our supporters over on Patreon, as well as Mitchie Fox, and we'll have more about them later on. And also, let me not forget to include in the beginning of the episode that we are still doing a giveaway that is from last week. This is going to be the last week that you can get the giveaway. We are running it for 2 weeks, so more info on that later as well. So just so you know, links will be in the description for all that stuff. And yeah, before we get into all that really cool stuff, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going good. I think another part of the Discord that you should have mentioned is the pets channel, because if you have video on, you can maybe see in the background that one of our cats is just under the blanket as a lump running around, and they pulled it down off of their perch.
She's literally in between us, rolling in a circle currently.
So yeah, we have pet channels where you can see cute animals and maybe post your cute animals, just saying. But I'm doing good. I am probably like maybe technically still a little bit sick, but feeling so much better this week. Last week, good thing I remembered to put something over my face. Bro, my eyes were closed for like 75% of that episode.
Yeah, she was not well last week.
I was so out of it. It was crazy. But I'm feeling better this week. We got Wyrmscraig, which was really exciting that I didn't have to work when that came out, actually. So yeah, I put the video out with 100 KC at Mad Angel, which I think I spoke about last week. But, you know, was very...
Yeah, it was very
delusional.
Very abbreviated version.
Yeah, so I posted a video showing like the loot and how much XP you could expect to get an hour. It's not much loot. It's actually really pretty decent XP though, to be honest.
It's decent XP.
Yeah.
But it's the loot was okay for a little bit, but obviously the items are kind of going down in price.
Yeah, I did finally get the Hallowfell. I kept being like, I'm gonna edit shorts after I get this drop for multiple days in a row. So I ended up going 4 times the rate. I got it at over 400 KC.
Very good.
It was really weird. It was a time, but I got like 4 mil for it. So I got it before, and it'll probably go down to be like 1 mil eventually, or 2 mil or something. So it had some value. So that was pretty exciting. And also on Wyrmscraig, I got the jewel whatever chisel.
Yeah, jeweler's chisel.
The jeweler's chisel. And I got really spooned. So at just like 50 golems, I was able to get the chisel. And I got a crafting level for the first time in probably years. I got a crafting level. I am 96 crafting right now. I was tempted to like maybe do crafting while we record, but I think I just get too distracted whenever I'm doing stuff. Like Robert's somehow training range?
Yeah, I'm somehow chinning right now.
Yeah, so I can't do that. It's just like way too distracting for me. Oh, and then also other news. This is more podcast related. Next week we're having a guest on. We're gonna have Goth OSRS on.
Yeah, shout out to Goth.
She's literally an iPad gamer, and yeah, she's really cool. She's really goth. You would have never guessed.
Very, very mobile locked.
Yeah, she is. I think she plays on PC sometimes, but I know she has like a foot pedal and plays on an iPad. So very unique perspective. I'm really excited to talk to her. If you guys have questions for her, of course, like ask.
I'd like to think
anywhere.
that the foot pedal is just for aesthetic.
It's just for fun. She just likes to press buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like sometimes like you're in a car and you just want to like press on the gas.
Oh.
You just want that thrill at home.
Okay.
So you just get a foot pedal. Not even connected to anything.
All right. Nice. Yeah.
What are you up to?
I have been up to much. Like I said, right now, if you see me looking down a bunch, it's because I'm currently... there's no way you're going to be able to see this, but if you can...
You can actually see it pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
there you go. I'm chinning in the Monkey Madness 1 tunnels. If you're wondering why I'm not in the second Monkey Madness, because I just don't have the stats for it. I think you need like 69 Slayer.
Oh, hot.
Yeah, I was
Nice.
considering doing it, but yeah, you just need way higher Slayer than I have right now. So
Yeah.
I'm chinning right now. I'm only like 46, but supposedly getting like 35 to 40K an hour, this is definitely just a huge waste of money, but it's a lot quicker than
You just want to get some stats up.
yeah, exactly. So I need to get to 70 is what I'm trying to do because I want to do Twin Titans pretty soon.
Yeah, the Royal Titans.
Yeah,
I'll go with
so
you.
I teased it last week. I don't think I actually talked about it, but
Fwog.
I released my Fwog video series, which is just my Fearless Warrior of Gothics
Yeah,
series.
Fwog.
Yeah, and that is going to be me taking this brand new account and going to all of the raids, including the raid that we're going to be talking about the rewards for today.
Yeah, the Fractured Archive.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to do all of this in under presumably 2 months, or at least
we
by
don't know when it's coming out.
by the
so.
time the Fractured Archive does come out, I hope to be done having farmed or at least run a few times all 3 of the raids.
Yeah, I'm so excited for
So
it.
that is the goal of the series.
And he has 0 raid KC, by the way, which I didn't realize it was like actually 0.
Technically 0.
Yeah, he's done entry mode Tob and he's done raids during leagues, but no main game.
And I have killed bosses in the main game, but I've never gotten a KC in the main game.
Yeah, and like obviously you longtime listeners know Rob's a big fan of being like, well, it's actually pretty easy. So it was very funny for me to realize like, wait, you don't even have any raid KC.
Technically, yeah.
But he is the way he is.
I am, unfortunately.
Whether or not people like
who
that.
knows? But yeah, so this is to low-key put my money where my mouth is, metaphorically speaking.
Money where the Fwog is.
Exactly. So that's what I've been working on, and I actually am right around, let me see if I actually got it. I'm 1299 total.
What? Do you remember what level you were at last week?
1,000.
All I know is 2 weeks ago you were at 700.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, I ended up getting
Whoa.
I mean, you'll see this in the video if you want to go watch the video. It kind of sums
I'll
up
link it down below.
it sums up my progress from the first week, but first week, even though the video took me 2 weeks to do.
I feel like that's average YouTube video series though, to be honest.
So I was able to get the Barrow's gloves in 1 week, which was kind of insane.
That was cool.
I did not expect to do that.
You did Scurious.
Well, that wasn't even the goal. I was able to take down Scurious, and now my next goal is to make it to Bandos as quick as possible.
And I get to join him.
Some God Wars. And then if everything goes right, next week we get into TOA.
Oh my god, next week. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so soon.
Who knows though?
Yeah, probably. I mean, probably not literally a week from now, probably like next weekend, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? Maybe next Wednesday is gonna be like 1KC shadow, you guys. I did it.
Yeah.
In a 150.
Maybe you shouldn't have said that on the pod.
Well,
Well,
I'm not editing it out.
Okay. So anyways.
So too bad.
Yeah, we will see how far I actually get. But yeah, big aspirations for this account. Pretty cool so far. But yeah, I've got 1,300 total in not very much time. It's taken a lot of time. I've spent like 85% of all of my waking hours logged in.
Hey, you did the math. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah, so it's been a lot, but it's been fun.
You know what else? He streamed a couple times for me.
I did.
Yeah.
While you were sick.
Because I was sick. You did even one day when I wasn't sick though.
Oh, well, yeah, that one was just because you didn't feel like it because you're working on videos or something.
Yeah, I was finishing my video, which I was really happy to finish, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I already announced that I wasn't going to stream because it was the day of Comic-Con. We ended up staying not that late. And then I was like, well, everyone thinks I'm already not going to stream. I'm just going to continue to let them think that. But no, he went live. And I want to call out something he said on stream because he went to Winter Talk.
Yeah.
And this is the day that I was sick. So I was just on the couch reading my book, minding my own business, getting ready for Winter Talk. I hear, oh, I'm going to wear this. It's like LGBTQ and rat representation. Got Michelle in there twice.
Yeah.
What were you wearing that you got me twice?
I was wearing the mole slippers and the rainbow scarf.
Yeah, okay. That's all. Just had to share that with you.
I mean,
got Michelle in there twice because the rodents?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, I guess 3 times. There's 2 shoes.
Oh my god.
There you go. Greedy.
That's actually the reason I was upset. I was like, it was 3 times the representation. How dare you?
Yeah, but anyways, I've been doing a bunch of stuff. It's been fun. I got myself a Hallowfell recently, and I tried that out. So I kind of have a little bit of I guess like a little bit of insight because I kept seeing posts about this. This is gonna like slowly turn into like what's going on this week,
Go
but
for it. Just let me know when to put the timestamp.
and we'll talk
Nice.
about this whenever we get to this week's update because there are some updates to the Mad Angel, so I'll
Okay.
elaborate it more then. But I'm just not seeing the XP rates that people are getting.
You're also like, what were you wearing earlier?
I mean, I'm wearing like full prayer gear for the
What?
most part.
Tell everyone what you're wearing.
What do you mean?
It's not even like I would expect proselyte. No.
Okay, let me clarify in case you're like Michelle. Initiate, Proselyte, and even Sunfire Fanatic armor all give you 0 attack benefit, 0 strength benefit, no benefits for armor because you're praying overheads. There's no benefit. It's the same as wearing monk's robes,
He's
except
wearing monk's
except
robes.
better.
He's wearing monk's robes.
The only way I can
And
improve my
that's
gear
so
is
silly to
for
me.
jewelry, which is extremely expensive.
It's just really funny though, because you're like, I'm just not getting those XP rates. I'm like, well, you're wearing monk's robes. That's gotta affect it, right?
I mean, yeah, I
But
guess
his
so.
prayer does last like 9 minutes, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm just not rocking up in Torva, which I mean, who actually is training melee with Torva? I
Those
don't know.
people who are putting down the XP rates
Yeah,
on the
apparently
wiki.
apparently billionaires still need melee XP, but
Yeah,
anyways, we'll
why
talk about
not?
that later, I guess. So anyways, let's jump into the community stuff. There's a couple people I wanted to shout out. So first off, shout out to Mad Season. If you guys don't know who they are, they're actually a WoW creator that started playing a blind playthrough of RuneScape. To be fair, I
Oh,
haven't watched any of the RuneScape stuff, but their WoW stuff was very well done.
like
No,
wow.
they're a very good storyteller.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I've
so
definitely heard of them, but I haven't seen their videos.
the series has become incredibly popular
Oh.
because he's now gotten into like, for instance, like he had a whole thing where he was trying to find a rotten tomato. He doesn't take any hints from chat. He doesn't stream, as far as I know. He just goes through the
Oh.
whole game completely blind.
I thought he streamed and I was like, he must have good mods deleting
No,
everything.
no. So he's like actually going in as blind as
Wow.
he can, and
How fun.
he's in the fire caves, the fight caves right now.
Without
So
knowing
he's
anything?
without knowing anything. So he makes assumptions about waves 10. It may be
Oh.
ending on wave 20.
Oh, that's
He
sad.
it is quite the adventure from what I understand.
Nothing
And
will prepare him for 63 waves.
his newness as well as his storytelling and just like how well he does his videos, I think is really great. So I imagine they're great. I haven't seen them, but
That's
I
fun.
see every time someone comes or he comes out with a new episode, people are enamored by it. So
Oh, cool.
shout out to them as well. Anyways, we do have some other stuff that I want to talk about that I thought was really cool. So
Okay.
the first one is going to be for the summer sweep up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is not something we're talking about this week because there's no summer sweep up this
I know I
week.
was kind of like, what?
But people are asking like when it is. So
Mm.
luckily, I think it was Goblin was able to clarify that next week we're getting the agility stuff.
Ooh.
And then the week after that, we'll get the final, which is the hunter stuff.
Let's go.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. And then
I love summer sweep ups.
as far as like random RS3 news goes,
Okay.
actually really big cool stuff is happening in RS3.
Like what? They're having another league, right?
They are having another league that
Yeah.
is like, I think maybe even currently going on. If not, it's very, very soon.
Someone told me I should do a series on like the RS3 league without knowing anything, but I just feel like I'd miss OSRS. I don't know if you think that'd be good and I'd have fun. Please encourage me. But right now I'm just like, but what about OSRS?
Yeah.
I just like my main game.
Yeah, she's kind of addicted to
I am a little bit. But
to-
what's
to the main game.
happening? What's happening in RS3?
It's actually really, really sick. So if anyone that doesn't know, like the way plugins work for the game is they need to like be able to source their information from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So this requires like an API is what it's generally called.
Okay.
So essentially the information for the game is made available to developers and then they're allowed to hook into it with their apps. And that's where all the apps are like, yo, this is where your quests are, for example. This is where you are in the quest.
Oh.
It's because it's pulling information from the game that is available.
Interesting.
Currently, surprisingly to some is, and myself included, is RuneScape 3 doesn't have this. Doesn't have an API available. So they don't have plugins.
At all?
As far as I know.
Is that why the game is so busted? They have to make up for no plugins
I have
by
no
just
idea.
adding it to the game?
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't know that this is a thing, and that makes so much sense because they're actually having a I think a live stream or a showcase soon of them introducing an API to their game. So
Interesting.
developers are going to be able to start having plugins, and they're introducing some of their own plugins, including Quest Helper.
Maybe next leagues I'll try it if they have Quest
Yeah.
Helper.
So these are actually like really big, really cool changes for RS3.
Oh, that's fun. I did not know they didn't have Quest Helper and stuff.
Yeah, like it's actually
Crazy.
like such a
They don't even
big
have menu
quality of life
entry
thing.
swapper?
Yeah, they're getting that too.
Oh
Like,
my god.
yeah, like they're getting a lot of really cool stuff.
That's crazy that they were doing without.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So
They'll never
yeah,
want to go back.
cool for RS3. Hopefully they continue moving on up. And besides that, I have a couple interesting things that I saw just around the community that I thought were kind of interesting talking points.
Okay.
Before I forget, also Mod Ash is having like a real life talk.
Oh,
It's a pub talk out in the UK somewhere. It's
that's
on
cute.
September 23rd. I don't know if they're streaming it, but I think you can go view it.
What if he was like quitting?
No, he's like talking about his 25 years at Jagex.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it's like a real life event that you can
Did
like
you
go
see his
to.
tattoo?
And yeah, it's a tattoo of his tattoo.
It's a what?
Oh, you didn't see the meme. People keep putting like
Oh, they just keep doing it over and over.
Yeah, his tattoo is like his tattoo over and over again.
He got a tattoo of my arm on his arm. Like the troll.
Yeah.
It's real, right?
I don't know.
Because I don't know. Even if it's
I have
fake,
no
I love
idea.
it.
Yeah,
I don't
I have
care.
I have
It's so
no
good.
clue.
So good.
Anyways, I wanted to talk about the Slayer. Okay, because
Okay.
we were like I've been doing a lot of Slayer, and I've
Mm-hmm.
seen a couple people bring up good points, and I think I've even talked about this once upon a
Sure.
time. So, what do you think about the quality of life thing where they're like, all right, cool, all metal dragons, that's a task.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a good change?
Yes. All demons a task? Is that where this is going?
Well, it's just like I'm wondering, what do you think is a good stopping point? Is all demons being its own
Was all
task?
demons what you're gonna say though? Because that was the
No,
first
I
thing
was
I
going to
thought
talk
of.
about all giants,
Ooh.
because then you get access to all hill giants, or you're like, I want to do Briofita, all moss giants.
I don't
Fire
know
giants, fire giants
actually.
kind of suck. So it's like instead of getting assigned fire giants, now you just get 150 giants.
I don't know. That's kind of a good question.
Yeah, because like current that would make things like the fire giants assignment, which a lot of people skip or block for especially like lower level
It would
tasks.
definitely narrow down the list a lot if they did that for this and for demons too.
Yeah, I was like, I don't
I think
know.
abyssal demons I would still want to be their own demons though. It's just like the lesser, greater, and black demons. Like all the standard old
Yeah.
demons I'd group together.
I just don't know what like a good line would be. I'm all on board for the giants
I'm
one.
actually weirded out by the giants.
Oh, really? You don't like it?
Yeah, because isn't some of the giants newer? Like the frost giants are new.
They are, but they're not on task.
Oh, you can't get them on
As far
task?
as I know, you can't get those on
I
task,
have
but
no
those
idea.
those you can include as well. So like fire,
The
frost,
ice giants, whatever they're called. I
yeah,
don't know.
iced, yeah, like all the giants. You could be like, you know what? They drop whatever I want. Let's go and get a giant's
Are those
task.
even new giants? I don't know.
They're
I think
not
I'm thinking
new.
of frost giant.
They're not new
or frost
because
dragon.
they are in Taverly.
Oh, never mind. Oh my god, no, I was definitely just thinking of
Yeah,
frost
they
dragons.
don't have a good drop table, which is why people don't do them.
Well, very clearly, I don't do any giant task at all because
Probably-
I don't even know what they are.
Probably no dragons either, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't do dragons either. I guess I'm okay with it. It would be weird at first though, because it would just look like their lists were dwindling so much, you know?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. It
What-
will make your Slayer points go further than they did before.
What if they did this? They did a culling of the table where they, things that could be grouped, not like overtly so, but like, like demons were combined. Maybe not greater and black, just because
They're two different strong ones.
yeah, they're two
I
different.
think greater and lesser should be together.
Yeah, greater and lesser maybe. And yeah, like stuff like that, giants. But what if they added those grouped ones like together and then put them on the like more later Slayer Masters? And it like
Like
'Cause
Durda would have giants.
yeah, because like let's pretend that they have a table of like 20 tasks,
Mm-hmm.
and it shrinks down to like, let's say 15 after the
The culling.
the culling. And then to like make up for it, they're like, all right, cool. Now we're including quote unquote flying creatures,
No, that's too much.
or quote unquote like ghosts, like all like
Ghost, ghast,
apparition type
aberrant
things.
specters.
Like you can go to Barrows because they're ghosts.
Well, you
Like,
can already do that, I think, right?
well, Barrows is a boss assignment.
Oh yeah. I don't know, because then like I think it might be getting too
Yeah.
wide of like an umbrella at that point.
Okay.
Because then it reminds me of like, which I can totally see them doing this. It would be like sorting it by like elemental weaknesses or something. Like
Oh,
5 years from now, I could see them being like, all right, guys, we're gonna sort it so Earth ones or whatever.
okay.
I could see them like what you're talking about being a soft launch to them eventually making it like more and more like that.
I could see that.
I don't know. I think that could be something that they would try. I don't think it would like pass a vote, but
Yeah.
I think it's maybe a slippery slope, I guess.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I could see that. I was just wondering because like I'm not a big fan or proponent, but I'm very interested in trying to mix up because Slayer has been the same for so long.
Yeah, it has.
So it's like I'm
Well,
just
not anymore.
wondering.
We have a
I'm
new
just
Slayer Master.
wondering ways to improve. Yeah, the Slayer Master I think will help a lot.
Makes a big difference.
But yeah, because like I'm all on board for the Giants thing, but I was just wondering how far is too far.
Giants and demons are probably as far as you can go. But like if you started being like ghost or just like any spectral creature are all the same, then it's more like because there's too many things that fit in that category.
Yeah.
I feel like the most you could have fit in the category would be like 3.
Okay.
And then it would have to be like cut off.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. That's my
I was
thoughts.
just wondering. Other stuff that I thought was interesting is funny if you go to like any of the comments of like blog posts on Reddit
Mhm.
or like even like weekly asked questions, you get some crazy interesting questions.
Really?
Like I saw someone that got downvoted a bunch, but their question was like, "Yo, I'm a new player. How do we get bigger bags in this game?"
Oh, it's not Animal Crossing. You
They're
don't
like-
upgrade your inventory
They're
back.
like, "Yo, I can't even get any stuff and bring it back to sell it because it's just like there's just like too much stuff and not enough bags."
Yeah, sorry, pal.
I was gonna ask, what do you think of if there was a way to improve your bag situation, your inventory?
I don't think we should.
I mean,
because-
we already have it in a way.
Well, through like rune pouches and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
But I don't think that they should like directly increase the bag because that feels very RS3. Because isn't there something similar in RS3? Like you have a little like
think
dude
they have
that carries stuff
summons.
for you. Yeah. It's too much like that. And I
True.
think, I mean, I definitely would never have like an ultimate, but like I think inventory management is kind of important,
Yeah.
like a skill to learn in this game.
Yeah,
That's like
100%.
really useful. So I kind of like that that's a skill in the game. You know, I wouldn't want to like get rid of it because you can suddenly carry like 50 things.
No.
It would feel great on bossing trips, obviously, being able to pick up everything, but I think overall it like wouldn't be worthwhile.
Yeah, I pretty much was thinking the same thing too. And last thing before we get into actually second to last thing, I have now moved. I've now moved my character to the crab.
Yeah,
by the
we
way.
paused for crab movement.
Yeah. If anyone's wondering, should you at 45 range use chinchampas? No, you shouldn't. You miss
It's
a
a
lot.
short-lived dream.
Yeah, you miss a lot. Anyways, I am now at. I'm not. I got mithril arrows, so it's all good. At
Huge.
crab, back at it again. Anyways, final question that I thought was kind of cool because this is kind of going in the direction of where we are this week.
Okay.
But what would you think, coming from a boss or a raid or a quest, a kind of a neglected item in my opinion? What if there were upgrades or an upgrade to make the Holy Wrench better?
I would like that because I never feel like it's good enough to bring with me.
Yeah.
Even though certain stuff I'll be looking at, they recommend bringing the Holy Wrench. I'm like, well, I'd rather have something else because
Like,
it only
even
gives you like one prayer, right?
Yeah, it only gives you one prayer. So even
Yeah.
on Slayer tasks, you don't bring it. You don't care.
No, I'd sometimes bring it to Firewatch Sentinels, but not always because I'd rather just pick up the stuff that they drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it even was just like +2, I'd be more inclined.
Yeah. What if it was like +2, or maybe it like
Equipable
know.
somehow.
Yeah, maybe equipable, or like
You
maybe
put in your pocket.
it had like a chance for an enemy to drop like a prayer, like a single prayer dose or something like
That would
that.
be kind of cool. That
Because I
actually be
was
kind of
thinking like
sick.
if it comes from like a harder boss, that would be like an appropriate upgrade as like a chance for you to get more prayer pots.
I agree. That'd be nice,
I don't know.
actually.
Because I don't, yeah, like you, I know that it's like good and like technically worth bringing to like a lot of tasks. Because like I said, I've been doing a lot of Slayer,
Yes.
and I just don't find it in my inventory often.
I don't either, yeah. Even whenever it's like my inventory's not gonna be full, I don't bring it anyway because I'm like, it's just +1.
Yeah.
Which +1 does make a difference, obviously, but if it was +2, might be more inclined.
Yeah, it kind of would be cool.
Yeah.
Or maybe there was a chance that like one time per potion there was like a 5% chance that the dose you take wouldn't disappear.
That'd be kind of sick. I do know, or do wonder if it'd be too good if it affected prayer potions, or just like a flat like raising its bonus would be better.
Yeah, maybe.
But I like the idea of, I think I like that idea more of like you sip and there's a chance that it won't like drink it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a really small chance, like once per potion or
Yeah.
something.
Or it could do like in something different, like you drink it, there's a chance that it will give you 10 extra or something.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
But
Or
it would be kind of, I get that it would be kind of clunky with like, there's not really stuff like that in the game.
even if there's something as simple as like combining it with like a holy symbol or something, or like a dragon tooth necklace.
Yeah, you put on a little wrench
Yeah,
necklace.
it would look stupid. I don't know how they would combine it,
It would
but
look funny.
yeah, like if they could do something
I
like
wouldn't be
that, that would be
opposed.
kind of cool.
Yeah, something to it because it's technically good. It's just not good enough.
Yeah,
So maybe in the new raid, very god related,
very god
would not be
related.
opposed to something there.
Yeah, Guthix's wrench. He was a mechanic.
Guthix's wrench, exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, we do have some other stuff to talk about before we get into raids talk this week. We have randomly.
This is so we weren't even sure we were gonna bring this up, but it was just so random that we are like, let's do it.
Yeah, this is, I think, possibly the first time ever that a plugin has been featured with its very own singular blog for it. And this is the TCG plugin.
I am so surprised. I think the only time they've really mentioned an OSRS plugin like this is all the drama with 117 HD.
Oh, yeah.
They got rid of
Yeah.
it, and then we're like, sorry, we won't get rid of it.
They still haven't come up with their own, by the way.
Yeah, it's taken a while, so it's very crazy that they
yeah.
weren't gonna let us have that.
A really long time, over 6 years.
But yeah, they were just giving like a shout out saying we're astounded by the creativity from our community. There's no greater example of this than the latest Runelite plugin to hit the shelves. If you're not caught wind of the OSRS TCG plugin, settle in because you're in for a treat. So it's created by plugin developer Az, I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
This plugin introduces over 6,300 unique old school and skip cards, which you could collect by earning credits through game activity and exchanging them for card packs. There's even the chance to snag yourself a shiny. Like all good trading card games, you have two types of fans: those who simply collect and hoard them in their collection, that'd be me, and those who like to use them to play. While you won't be battling with your friends trying to steal their cards, a new game mode has exploded onto the scene that has your account locked behind card pulls. So
yeah,
a lot of people have been talking about this plugin.
think-
We've mentioned it a few times. We talked
Yeah, I
about
was
XP
like-
waste as well.
I think I've already mentioned this because, and they even give credit to just who we think in general was the first person to really
The first like popular person.
make popular the card locked account, and that was Foe.
Mhm.
Foe made a hardcore Iron Man card locked account named Cardcore,
That's funny. That's
Yeah,
a really funny name, actually.
and I think it's named Cardcore.
Well, that would be a strong name if it's not. Someone pulled that name.
Yeah, and I think Soup made a series, and their character's name is Ricardo.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so a bunch of creators have series at this point, but I think the progenitor, for the most part, was Foe. I know a lot of people get hung up on who is the originator, and obviously,
There's
like,
probably other people that did it first.
whenever
but...
Tile got popular, Settled wasn't the person that invented Tile, but
Mhm.
he's the one that made it popular.
It does suck that it must suck to be the first person that actually did it and have people
Yeah.
being like, it was Phil, but you're like, it wasn't. I'm just not a huge creator.
Yeah, it's tough
It's definitely
because
frustrating.
it's tough to be in that position, and like you don't want to dismiss like the original creators and stuff like that, but it just is what it is. So
Mhm.
Foe was the one that I saw, and apparently that's the one that everyone saw, because after that everyone came out with their own series. So shout out to him for, he kind of loosely just made up the rules of the series as he went.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for anyone that doesn't know, the way TCG works in RuneScape is just by, wood cutting, for example, you unlock or you get XP, and that
Mhm.
XP translates directly into points that you can use to open packs of 5 random cards. And like Michelle mentioned, they can be shiny, which just means they're like rare foil type cards. If you played, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, whatever, all these things
You
are.
know, you used to steal Yu-Gi-Oh cards, you
I
thief.
did, but
He
I got
got banned from
I got
Target.
caught. Yeah, so
He didn't even play
I didn't. I still don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh to this day, or Pokemon, or any of the games.
anything.
Anyways, so yeah, essentially you're pulling these cards, but the way that a card locked account does this is you're only allowed to interact with cards you've unlocked, which can be very limiting because
Yeah.
every NPC for the most part has a card associated with them. So maybe you want to get a new axe because you've been woodcutting, you've unlocked logs, and
Mhm.
you've unlocked bronze axe somehow, and you're like, cool, now I want to unlock a steel axe. Well, you got to keep pulling cards, which might mean you're just chopping regular old logs for a long time until you get a
This
wood cutting upgrade.
it explains a lot. Someone came by in our chat, was talking about how they started one of these accounts with their friends on, like, a group iron,
Yep.
and they're like, "We've cut 10,000 achy logs total."
Yep.
And I was like, "Okay, that's weird."
Yeah, it's tough because, like, yeah, maybe obviously the next step up would be a steel axe or would be oak trees, but you don't get that card. You might just be stuck on regular logs with a bronze axe until you get
Crazy.
like, willows, or until you go even further, and you might be stuck there until you get, maybe even redwoods. So it's just
This
tough.
It seems like this would be a really good first attempt at a snowflake account for people
Yeah.
because it's telling you what to do immediately.
Yeah, it tells you what you have access to.
Yeah,
There
it
are
seems like it'd
some
be really chill.
there are some nuances and stuff like that, and like some people play with different rules. Like I
Of
think
course.
the way Soup does it is if he pulls like a shiny rune axe,
He can do anything up to rune.
yeah, he immediately unlocks everything
I like
below
that
rune. But like
one.
if you get a shiny like Firewatch Noble outfit, it's like, well, there's nothing below that.
Yeah,
So it's kind
doesn't
of
do
kind of
anything.
pointless.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of interesting stuff based around that. If you like are bored with your account, if you're like a max main or something and you want something
Yeah.
new,
We've had so many people come by on the stream and say how this has made them unburnt from RuneScape.
yeah.
So if you're not feeling it recently, maybe try this.
Yeah, it is kind of like and you don't have to play Iron Man, but it is kind of like a pseudo bronze man
I'd want to do
mode.
it on a main stick and be like Bronze Man.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Anyways, though, yeah, that's it. That's cool. I think you
Yeah.
should check it out if
Yeah,
you're
you get points
remotely
from
bored.
like skilling and killing NPCs and
Yeah,
stuff.
none of the cards are actually worth anything, by the way. And there's different modes. There's Iron Man mode. There's Bronze Man mode. There's main mode. So,
Yeah, they give a bunch of ideas of
whatever
like
your
different ways you
flavor
could
is.
restrict it, which is basically like we said, just copying what you're
Yeah,
doing. There's even a Bronze Man TCG plugin on the Runelite hub as well to help you
yeah,
keep track. So really cool, actually. It's so fun, the
yeah.
stuff that people come up with. So shout out to AZ as whoever made that.
Yeah, they even work.
Your plugin was a hit.
They even worked with them and got like some like insight on like their work behind the project and stuff like
Oh
that. So you
wow,
can check out the blog if you want to look at that.
cool.
And shout out to another fellow OSRS podcast, the original or the
Not the
official.
original.
Not the,
They're very new.
they're very late to the game. The official RuneScape OSRS podcast had Modnin on.
Yeah, they're joined by Modnin for their first time ever on the podcast. Modnin is the principal gameplay engineer. They talk about what the game engine actually is, why RuneTech is so weird and wonderful, and how a game built in the early 2000s is still being stretched, reshaped, and occasionally politely wrestled into doing new things. We get into the realities of engine development and how tiny seeming changes can touch huge parts of the game. Presumably, like how sometimes they'll just like, what was that one change? They made a small change and suddenly there's Tebow spawns on the ground.
Oh, yeah, right next to Farming Guild.
I'm sure, I feel like that's got to have been brought up on this. Like, it's related.
There's so many random like
There's so many weird things like that.
spaghetti code from 2000, so a lot to go through.
Yeah. They also talk about why some bugs become beloved mechanics, how automated testing helps protect things like red Xing, and what it means to keep OS stable while unlocking new tools for designers, artists, and players. They also talk about sailing, including how moving boats went from how are we going to actually pull this off to a game jam prototype, why rendering a world inside another world was such a big deal, and how systems built for sailing could open doors for future ideas like moving platforms, split arenas, better animations, and more. This episode was recorded in March of 2026, though, so
It's not as old as some of their older ones.
it's 5 months old.
Well, yeah, some of theirs though came out like this year from like early
January.
last year. Well,
It was recorded in like 2022.
I mean, the Mod Ash one was like a year old when it came
Oh,
out.
was it like a year old? I don't
It was
know.
like the first episode they ever recorded, but they put it out last
We have
because
to build
of
the hype.
yeah,
It's not
no, it's just
Ash
because of like the technical stuff. But anyways,
and building the hype.
yeah, so that's kind of cool. Check it out if you want to see some behind the scenes stuff. Before we jump into raid stuff real quick, we got to do the supporter shout out. So if you've been enjoying your time here, hopefully you have, then make sure to follow the podcast. It really does help us. We're trying to get to 999
Yeah, we've
follows.
got up to 825.
Yeah,
It's
shout
like
out.
a significant increase. So thank you guys.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. If you are really enjoying it and want to support us even more, you can also support us via Patreon. Shout out to everyone that does that. It helps us improve the pod. And also, we try to give you guys some value in return, such as getting the episodes early and also ad free. And if you subscribe at a higher tier, you actually get some really cool free merch and even some handmade stuff.
Origami.
Also, shout out to another supporter, Mitchy Fox. Go to mitchyfox.com. We are affiliated with their apparel. Really, really cool clothes.
So cool.
For the most part, RuneScape themed or just, really cool themes in general. I'd recommend checking them out. Really high quality stuff. We bought their stuff with our own money, but
We
if
bought a
you
lot of their stuff with our own money.
yeah, that actually is part of the giveaway. So they're really, really nice. And if you want, you can enter for a free shirt, which is a one of one design.
I'm still so like in awe that they offered to do that. I just messaged and was like, "Hey, would you mind if we give away one of your shirts?" And they're like, "I'll do you one better. I'll make a one of one." And I was
Yes.
like, "Oh my god!"
So it's a one of a kind version of their newest Slayer shirt. So it looks cool. You can wear it out in public and don't feel like you're wearing video game shirts, which I'm
It
not
just
a
looks
fan of.
cool.
It just looks
Okay,
cool in
you with
general.
your wanted Duriel shirt.
But you're not gonna also one of their
You're like,
shirts.
I thought that was a wanted man in real life.
Yeah. Anyways, I like it. It's fairly covert if you're into that too. Fairly metal inspired for a lot of
Very cool
a lot of their
stuff.
stuff. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
And if you're not into metal, they have other designs too.
Yes, and we'll be linking that down below. The giveaway, it's for this website called like Gleam. I think you just have to there's like 5 ways to do it. Like follow them on Instagram, follow our podcast.
Yeah.
Literally just click on our YouTube and not do anything else is 5 entries.
Yeah, just
So.
check out all of our and all of Mitchy Fox's socials, and you'll have a bunch of ticket entries into the chance to win this free shirt, and it'll get sent directly to you. No worries, no fuss. And yeah, thanks for all of that. If you want an extra 20% off, we do get a kickback. Use code Boone20 at checkout, and you'll get a bunch of money off.
Yeah, and we go match at RuneFest.
True. So thanks again, and now let's jump into raid stuff. We have the Fractured Archive rewards poll blog.
Ooh. Is this poll even open anymore?
It is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I am not gonna lie. I read this last week when it first came out and forgot we didn't talk about it. So I didn't read it again to refresh myself. I'm gonna let Robert mostly take the lead on this blog.
Sure. So this is cool because for the most part, it's the same, but some actually really sick changes in my opinion.
Okay.
So to refresh everyone's memory, originally when the rewards came out, it included a set of hybrid mage melee gear
Which
that
I thought looked cool.
it did look cool, but has since been removed because of concerns from the community. And along with that, they have added new things to the space to kind of change it around.
Mhm.
So what's changed since the original post? So the original post had the breaker, which is now, as you can imagine, not the Zarket breaker or whatever.
Yeah, it's got a few different name options now.
Yeah, now it is potentially getting pulled to change its look and its name because
all the designs look really cool.
very surprising to me. I thought I was alone in this, but the community has spoken up and agreed that the original Zarket breaker was fairly number 2 related in its look.
I didn't think so.
I
don't
thought I was
know.
alone in this. Apparently the community has spoken up and that's why they're having this.
It's Robert and all it counts.
Yeah,
He's like,
probably.
hey guys, does anyone else think this?
So anyways, they do the question, it is a polling ranked question. So there
I
are
like that.
there are 3 options for 3 different looks.
If only
And
they'd done that with our new skill.
people were very up in arms for each of their choices.
They all
So
look really nice.
many people still liking the original design, and even a lot of people, I think justifiably so, saying we should have had separate polls for the chain and separate polls for the weapon itself.
Honestly, kind of valid.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
because you could want one part and not the other.
Yeah, when we take a look at them, you'll see very different aesthetics.
Hmm.
So some may fit more or less. But anyways, we do have the additional offering, which used to be a gatekeeper's cane. This was to replace the armor set that was taken away. This was a special attack mage weapon.
I never even read about this. This I think they talked about when we were in Germany, and by the time we came back, they were already like, "We're not doing that."
Yeah. This was kind of a last minute addition with the removal of the armor set, and now it has been uh changed, but
Changed.
only in name. So
Well, I
it
mean, it's
went,
different too.
yeah, it went from being the gatekeeper's cane, and they're all like, that sounds kind of lame. So they've now changed it to a Gothixian book called Zoria's
Yeah, it's a
Tome.
book that's completely
And
different.
as far as I know, the reason the book is so large, it's a two-handed weapon, is because Zoria was a giant being.
Oh,
Not
cool.
like a giant, but bigger than a giant, like a very large being.
Cool. This book is not big enough then.
Yes, it is not
Honestly.
actually scaled correctly, but either way, it is a two-handed mage special attack weapon. That being said, it is not it is no um let's say it's not shy of doing regular damage. I think it's like a 3-tick weapon.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
actually potentially pretty good just regularly, but the special attack is the highlight. It has 150% increased accuracy and 60% increased damage
Oh my god.
as opposed to when it was originally pulled. So even better. And we'll talk about the stats a little bit more later, but just it's going to be strong. And then the final thing, again, to compensate with the removal of the armor set, now we have Zeal, which is the upgraded version of Piety.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, which does require 75 attack and strength. So rest in peace, any Zerker builds that want this.
And you have to have Piety unlocked.
Yeah, and you have to have Piety, so rest in peace, any
Non-chambers enjoyers.
or actually, you don't need chambers
I
for
thought Piety was the Piety's the one that's not chambers.
Yeah, I was gonna say rest in peace, any non-defense havers.
Oh.
Because that's, I mean, chivalry's been the big thing. You do need
I'm surprised I'm not trying to add a different chivalry again.
you do need 65 defense in order to get chivalry at all. I
Okay.
recently did this grind. Anyways, so those are the additions: a new special attack as well as a new prayer, and then we'll have a little bit of a look of the aesthetic changes as well.
Cool.
Anyways, the first poll in this poll is going to be for the untradeable elemental fragments. These are the fragments, elemental motes, if you want to call them. Once you consume them for each element, obviously the 4 elements, will give you +2 to your elemental spell. And if you happen to consume all of them, then you'll get, like how jewels work for the Karis Partisan in Tombs of a Masket. It's going to be a pretty common drop. And if you do get all 4 of the elements, then it'll just make it so that, you can like exploit your any element.
Yeah. And I'm
for an
assuming
extra 2 damage.
I don't know if they even say, but I'm assuming it'll probably be like the jewels at TOA, where if you get one, you're not going to get dupes till you get all of them. Which wasn't a thing at first. I got 3 of the same color before they were like, "Oh, you guys, we'll make it so you can't get dupes." I was like, too late.
Yeah, I don't know about the dupe situation, but either way, these should be pretty common. And if you're wondering, like, if this is a necklace or something, they make it seem like it's just straight up a consumable
That was my impression.
permanently makes all of your elements better.
Yeah.
Like if you get the fire one, it'll make your bolts, your surges, all of those fire versions better.
Okay. Yeah, that was my impression reading as well.
Yeah. This is the same from last week. You remember this one?
Yeah, the Rondash. Rondash?
I mean,
Rondach.
Yeah, Rondash. It is modeled.
shield.
It's modeled after a real life shield.
I was gonna say it's modeled after Captain America's shield.
Yeah,
It reminds me of Captain America so much.
It is Saradomin themed, which I think looks kind of gross.
It's Icene themed.
Yeah, it looks like Saradomin.
What is Icene? Is that like Saren? Is that Prif? No, it's
Saradomin.
Oh, why is it called Icene then? Whatever.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I was like, it's definitely Saradomin's colors.
I was like, no, it
and
says
it says right there,
Icene.
wielded in Saradomin's name.
Maybe they have an allyship with the Icene group.
Okay.
Completely different group.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so actually, just kidding. I was wrong to put Michelle on the spot. She doesn't know what this shield is.
I do. We're supposed to cut that
So, anyways, they have made a
I know what the
slight.
shield is. I just don't remember that well, so I asked him to read it.
They've made a slight update to the shield, making it even better than last time if you're worried about that. So this is obviously a shield, so you're gonna have to wield it with a one-hander, and it's competing directly with the Avernic, of course.
That's
Originally,
spicy.
they had the idea of maybe combining the Avernic with the shield to give even better stats,
Just
but
imagine gluing your Vernic to the end of your shield.
their idea was they're gonna chop up the Avernic and add studs to the shield.
Oh, that's like exactly what I just said as a
Yeah.
joke. How funny.
So, they no longer are doing that, and their justification, if you're wondering, is one of the mods said that they don't think there's a need necessarily
Mm,
for the item sync of that, because
yeah.
obviously that would not be reversible,
Hmm.
and so they don't. They want the Rundash and the Avernic to compete. They don't want it to be like a overall better item or anything like that.
I agree.
And the Rondash should have its own special niche because it does apply to flat armor, which just means you'll straight up have 2 less damage going to you anytime there is an accurate hit against you. And this is typically limited to ranged and melee. That's what
Hmm.
flat armor works against. But a change is this also now applies to magic resistance for this item.
Nice.
So any magic stuff too. So you're going to be taking significantly less damage, less chip damage, maybe even no chip damage depending on who you go to. And I think that's honestly pretty sick. It stacks up to 20
Very.
times. Once it stacks to 20 times, you can discharge well, I was going to say once it stacks up, but you can actually discharge its special attack at any time, but they are incentivizing you to do it once it gets to 20 stacks
Yeah.
because you'll deal an additional percent damage based on the number of charges. So the
Oh,
general
20's
damage,
better.
yeah, straight up. So the general damage formula would be at 20 stacks would be 20 the stack number plus 20 the stack number percent.
Mhm.
So a max hit of 24 is what they're looking at.
Oh,
Yeah, and they don't know necessarily if they're going to do like a thing where they split the special attack orb in half, one for the shield, one for your
yeah,
one-hander.
that'll be interesting to see how that works.
Yeah, that is going to be kind of weird. To be fair, a lot of the one-handers that are on this level don't really have a special attack.
No, and if they do, I mean, like, what else is the other one? Like the Dragonfire shield, I think has one
The Dragonfire shield,
that no one really uses.
it doesn't have a special attack.
What's the one where it like stores fire and then you can like release the fire?
Releasing, well,
And I literally have no idea what the use is for.
it stores the fire, and I think that's like what mitigates the fire. And to release it, you have to do that before you sell it back.
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't know exactly what it does. I just remember you have to empty it before you sell it
Oh,
back.
maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it might be like useless until you start storing up fire though.
Oh, I did not know that.
Anyways, it has serviceable defense stats. Honestly, not amazing. It's like between 30 and 40 with 55 ranged defense. So,
That's
and
pretty good.
-6 mage defense. So it's just kind of like a regular shield for the most part, but it does give 8 melee strength. So it is better than any other shield, luckily, but 0 prayer.
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
Considering it's in the
It's a
service.
god.
Yeah, it's in the service of a god. You'd think it had some
Yeah.
some prayer.
Honestly, I think everything from this raid related to God should probably have a prayer
Yeah,
attached to it.
kind of weird. And if you're wondering
kinda
about the
weird.
accuracy of the special attack, it is strictly based on your crush with the shield's crush accuracy that does build up with more stacks as well. So if you want to be more accurate, then you're going to need more stacks.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, kind of a lot of words, but it's just a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah, look into it a little bit more if you want.
Next one is much more interesting. So this is the Zoria's Tome. This book is not big enough to be a Giants book.
No. As far as I know, mythologically, Zoria was humongous.
Yeah, this is not enough. So this book, you're literally just holding a book. I actually think that this is very cool for a weapon style, and the weapon is just you holding a book. I don't know why. I think that's like pretty sick.
Yeah, and it has a Gothixian writing on the outside.
Oh, it does. I did not even notice that. It looks really cute. So it's an enchanted book full of magical wisdom that would make even the Wizard's Tower inhabitants blush. Ooh. So this one has 45 mage attack, 10 mage defense, and plus 15% mage strength.
Yeah.
I don't usually read the stats, so I was looking at right.
Yeah.
I hope so.
It has a range of 6 and 8 for long range and a 3 attack rate.
Cool.
50% on the special attack, by the way.
Yeah, so the tome technically acts as a powered staff, but should not keep you from using it as a DPS weapon too. It sports a 3-tick attack rate, base max hit of 18, putting it below the Iviac in terms of damage. and it shines with its special attack.
Yeah, so the special attack is not really special in and of itself necessarily, but it
It's
does provide you the ability to do more damage.
Mhm.
So it fires off an initial attack, 150% accuracy and 60% damage. So that's nice. But then what's really important is it imbues your next 3 attacks to also deal buffed damage. So that's kind of cool. So the first attack, as far as I can tell, is going to be the one that is buffed as far as damage and accuracy goes, and then you'll have an additional 2 attacks that are 2 tick, or 3 attacks that are 2 tick.
I'm just excited for the swing, swing, swing with your book.
Yeah, so essentially
Firing off.
what they wanted to do, and this was like just general, the idea that they were kicking around originally, is they want it to be like when you use your special attack, it'll be like a machine gun of spells getting fired out in rapid succession. So just if you're wondering, like, oh, what does he mean by that for the special? That's the idea, is you're just tossing out a bunch of spells that are
Yeah.
spitting out of this book
It
all at the
reminds
same
me
time.
a little bit how, like, with weapons, they've been very big if it's two-handed weapons to have, like, the double hit splats.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's just all the DPS, like, 3 parts, though.
Yeah. If you're familiar with the Mad Angel, it'll be like her 3rd spell attack 3 times.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. It'll just be a bunch of 2 tick attacks.
Yeah. Kind of interesting, though. Like, I don't know. I just really like the design. I think it feels like very Baldur's Gate 3, just be like holding a book and this is
Yeah.
your weapon. Like, that's crazy.
It's really unfortunate because my biggest gripe with this book is that conceptually, like concept wise, it is just straight up more interesting than the mega.
That's valid.
Anyways, it does say that the tome should shine versus enemies where Dragon Claw's accuracy might fall short, or their hit points are too low to let the Zerite shine. So, I mean, you can also split your damage. So, for like, for instance, the Zerite, or for D-Claws, where all of the damage gets dumped into one target, you might be able to toss this around to multiple targets, and that could have its own benefits as well.
Mhm. Next up is Zeal. Okay. Zeal is a piety prayer override that provides plus 25% attack, plus 28% strength, and plus 25% defense while active. You'll need piety unlocked as well as 84 prayer, 75 attack, and 75 strength to be able to unlock Zeal. I don't love the name Zeal.
Why?
I don't know. It just sounds like anticlimactic. Compared to like piety, piety sounds more like godly.
No. If you understand the words, as far as I understand, someone that is pious is someone that is just fairly religious, but someone that is a zealous individual is like low key a fanatic.
Oh, yeah, it says like fervor, which sounds better. It's because I'm not thinking like zealous, I'm just thinking zeal,
Yeah.
which sounds like lame. But if you say it is zealous, it sounds cooler. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
This is going to have the same drain rate as piety, so you're free to unlock it with no downside, and effectively amounts to some bonus accuracy and additional 6 strength levels for players and 90 on strength using super combats. This is obviously a simpler award than other offerings, so I think it's extremely valuable pickup and one that you'll be pleased to see. They also want to say that since they're going beyond existing prayer tiers, we're looking for a more grandiose unlock than reading a piece of paper at the bank. Perhaps you'll find or buy a key to a room deep in the recesses of the archive. Perhaps a scroll that requires a pilgrimage, just so long as whatever we land on really feels like you're gaining important power increase and deepening your connection with the gods. So they're kind of going to make it thematic.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not opposed to that.
cool. It is kind of lame, but I mean, it is just a straight up upgrade. So
Yeah. And it sounds like it'll be cooler than, I mean, it is kind of dumb how right now you just read at the bank and you're like, all right, I got the best now.
Yeah. Arguably one of the coolest weapons or
The
coolest
design
items.
is crazy cool.
Yeah, this is an item taken straight from RS3. This is the Ascension crossbow.
Yeah.
So the Ascension
There's
crossbow,
crossbows.
yeah, these are hand crossbows.
There's 2 of
So
them.
think about the size of like a Dorgishan crossbow from what it
Mhm.
looks like, but 2 of them, and they're blue. And they shoot
look like Hunwood.
specialized bolts. If you're wondering, like, how do I like where does this sit? Pretty simply, it's supposed to be a more accurate, more end game version of a blowpipe.
Oh, I didn't think of it
Yes.
like that. That's
So
cool.
this is a 2-tick weapon, 34 ranged accuracy, 3-tick on anything or on long range, and its range is 6. There is no special effect, but it does have 50% reduced chance to trigger enchanted bolts because obviously
It's too
It's
good.
2-tick.
Yeah.
And typically right now, a crossbow is 5-tick, so it's even better
Wow, it
Technically,
actually is still better. Yeah, it's just not twice as good.
yeah. And if you're wondering, like I mentioned, that it's not going to be using normal bolts, you have three options. You have regular fractured bolts. This gives 53 ranged strength, and you can get all of these mined from outside of the dungeon, the raid, just
Hmm.
directly out front, or from inside of the raid. There will be drops for these bolts that you can craft. And then if that's not enough, we do have the gem tipped fractured bolts, which is slightly better, 58 ranged strength, but there's only going to be two kinds of these bolts, no rubies,
Yeah,
because
that would be too
they do
good.
not want to try and balance that again because it's currently unbalanced.
I wouldn't want to. Yeah.
So there's only two kinds. There's going to be the diamond bolts, which are armor piercing, and onyx bolts, which are life stealing.
Hmm.
So those are your two options. They say that they might add more, especially more interesting with different interactions later, but
You gotta start somewhere.
as far as, balancing goes, this is what they got.
Yeah.
So,
I'm so
um
excited for these. They look so
yeah.
cool.
So I think it looks great, and they did, if anyone has seen the suggestion for throne axes, people have suggested that the Armadillian throne axes, shout out to Kavinsta, Law and Liberty is the name of the throwing axes.
Oh, the design is really cool.
Yeah, they're really cool, very popular suggestion, and they are pretty much putting that in the bank and will use it later as a suggestion,
Yeah.
essentially, but just not thematically accurate for this raid.
I do love that idea though.
Yeah.
Their design is really cool.
And last but not least, we have the big ticket item.
Speaking of cool designs, yeah, we're moving on to the breaker. We have three choices now. So Ket breaker, like the OG one, Titanic breaker, and Obligator.
Yep.
Obligate breaker. No, it didn't work. I thought it might work.
No.
So to describe the vibes, for the Ket one, a weapon seemingly of Tsar origin, but was it used by the Ket or against them? This one, is it the exact same as it was before?
No.
Oh, it looks super similar.
The design.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. So it's just like the molten rock that some people think looks like poop on a chain. But I think it looks cool. Second one, the Titanic Breaker, a mysterious weapon shrouded in shadows. Its creator and purpose have long since been lost to time.
It looks like Skatizo became a chain mace.
Spiky chain mace. Yeah, I love it though, because like the blue and purple like gems look really pretty.
And then
Obligator.
Everyone I've talked to, this is their favorite, the Obligator.
Yeah.
It is the most Gothixian themed.
Yeah, well, most Gothixians prefer to avoid content. The Gothixian
Conflict.
What did I say?
You said content. They avoid content.
They don't like raids.
Yeah, they hate new stuff. Call them Wraith.
The Gothixian archivist's obligation to defend the archive means they have been known to wield a particularly powerful weapon from time to time. But they just like smash people's head in. It's a spiky ball with like green light in it. I think it looks so good.
And the chain is essentially just intertwined vines.
Oh, I did not even catch that detail. I love that because the other ones are like actually chains. This one is much more earthy looking, but like in a terrifying way.
Yeah, some people are like, oh, you should be able to combine like the Zarkat breaker chain with the Titanic breaker and interchange colors. So a lot of dissent on this one as far as like what design is the best. And some people actually even just made a very small change that I can't unsee it because the Zarkat breaker, it's a little too bulbous, a little too lumpy.
Yeah.
Someone redesigned it by simply turning the bulbous lumpy parts into spikier thorns,
Oh, that was pretty cool.
and it just straight up looks like it looks like if that was the original design, it would have passed.
I think it would have. But at the same time, I do love the Obligator.
But some people are like, yo, the Zarkat breaker chain themed green and put it on the Obligator.
Ooh, okay. I'd
I
have
don't
to see a picture of it.
It looks cool.
I do like how earthy the last one looks though.
Yeah,
Because it kind of
so
seems like they're just so busy like in the archives and they're like, we need to make a weapon fast. And like grab some vines.
I would highly recommend, if you do have a preference on any of these looks, to put in your poll choice if you can.
I'll be happy with any of them, to be honest.
Mostly because other people have
Strong opinions.
done their own polls on the subreddit, and they're in a dead heat on these
Oh,
polls.
I'm so interested to see what will win.
Yeah.
The polls may or may not be open right now. We don't know.
Yeah.
I'll probably
Anyways,
say that it's block.
if you're wondering what else has changed with the breaker, it got a buff.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of weird. A lot of people were
Well,
like,
better. It's a mega rare.
a lot of people were like, yo, this thing is strong. Apparently not strong enough. It was unfortunately in competition at a few Crush Week bosses. Even still, it was in competition with a scythe.
It should never be.
The scythe was still pulling its own weight in even beating it in some cases, but now there should be no
competition.
no competition.
Yeah.
It is specifically extremely strong against Crush Weak enemies.
Cool.
So it rolls damage by default 2 times, and then 3 and 4 times depending on how many melee defenses are higher than opponent's crush defense. So as far as I understand, this just means like if an opponent is weakest to crush defense, it'll roll damage 4 times, giving you
You're really
most
taking advantage of their weakness.
yeah, it's just giving you the most amount of damage. So like for instance, a lot of people were concerned about its ability to deal significant damage to necks, for example, and this straight up like fixes it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
They even mention here at the bottom specifically. They
Oh,
say
the next thing is right there.
yeah, they say, as an aside, we know that older iterations of the breaker had people excited for a new BIS option at Nex, which we lost in future iterations, and to compensate, they're lowering Nex's crush defense so that the breaker
Will be the best there.
so the breaker's passive effect now makes it the new best in slot at Nex.
Spicy.
Yeah, so
Make Nex more fun, please. Thank you.
yeah, it is very, very strong against crush weak enemies. So they say, just like our other mega rares, the Scythe of Viter, you'll need to change or charge the breaker using a rune of some kind. They haven't really decided. So obviously, if you want to invest,
They're probably gonna decide based on the vibe, though.
I'll give you guys this one for free. I'm almost certain it's going to be a Wrath rune. So if you want to buy like 500,000 Wrath runes, I'm sure it'll be that one.
I don't know. I was thinking if it was like
Nature's?
Guthix, it'd be Nature's.
Yeah, maybe. But I'm thinking it's Guthix's Wrath.
But Guthix is supposed to be like the impartial more so.
This isn't Guthix's weapon though. This is the
His homie's
Guardians
weapon.
of the Tomb.
That's true. Watch Robert just like lie to you all. He's selling all his Wrath runes and wants to make money.
Anyways, you should buy a bunch of Wrath runes. I'm not selling them
That sounds like a lie.
for a markup. I have been doing a lot of flipping, by the way.
Yeah, it's probably not runes though.
Yeah, I've made over 10 mil flipping. The breaker has, for anyone not familiar with it, the breaker has a 1 tile range, but it does have an extension property.
Good.
So this is something I think some people were confused about. Some people thought that the weapon had a 3 tile range. That is not true. You still have to walk up to the enemy. This is not a halberd. But if once you walk up to the enemy, you, depending on the type of mode you're in, whether the quick attack mode or the long range mode, assuming you're in the long range mode and you walk up to an enemy, you'll hit not just the first tile, but the next 2 tiles behind that as well.
So it kind of does have a 3 range, but only when all 3 tiles are covered in front of you.
Yeah, like it will hit an enemy on the 3rd tile if you're striking an enemy on the 1st tile.
It has to burst through the other enemies first, which is kind of disgusting.
It cannot snipe enemies. So because of that, the actual special effect is it's able to hit up to 3 targets at once, or if it's a big target, it'll gain 20 or 40% increased damage.
Cool.
Yeah, so if it's like a 3x3 or a 5x5 enemy, you'll get 40% more damage. And if it's crush weak, then you're getting 5 rolls on it on your damage, so or 4 rolls on your damage, so you're just going to be hitting very, very hard.
This is gonna be so fun. I'm really excited for this.
They do say that they don't expect you to get the highest max hit, but you'll have the higher max damage out of any other weapon against crush weak enemies.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, so it looks cool, looks great. There's 2 questions for it, the concept as well as the mega rare itself.
I think the poll should still be open. It was open on August 3rd, and this episode's gonna be out on like the 7th. I feel like it's usually open a week.
You have a long time.
Unfortunately, most people do listen to this podcast closer to when our next episodes come out. So go check. I don't know. Hopefully it's there.
Yeah, this is good news for me because, like I said, I'm kind of time limited on my account getting through raids. And the fact that this doesn't even close until August 3rd gives me...
It opens on August 3rd.
We're hoping to open the polls on August
Even
3rd.
better for
Even better.
you.
I thought it was closing on
No, you
August
got
3rd.
time.
Okay, yeah,
The
so
longer it takes, if you guys get complaints, so they have to make changes, so Robert has more time to grind on his
yeah,
account.
the more time I have, the more time I can make it through raids. And a secondary goal slash main
And you didn't
goal
even mention it.
of my account is to also get through all 3 of the raids with 150 mil in cash.
It's like 50 at TOA, 100 mil at Chambers, 150 at Top.
Yeah, which
That's how
is
much he needs. I mean, not just like cash, but like bank value, like
yeah, bank
gear.
value. So like 150 mil, which honestly isn't that much, but considering I started from nothing, it is kind of a lot to make in 2
Is it
months.
intimidating?
It is kind of.
Yeah.
If I st-
Especially the 50 mil before you've even gotten a raid split.
yeah,
That's kind of
if I
scary.
stay on track, for example, I'm expected to be getting 2.5 mil per day that I'm logged in.
Yeah. He's definitely not getting that every day, but it's okay because some days you make
I'm
more.
not. I'm supposed to be at 50 mil right now, and I think I'm at like 20.
You're supposed to be at TOA next week. We need a boss this weekend.
It's a lot of money.
We're gonna boss this weekend for
Yeah.
sure.
Anyways, we have, speaking of bosses, some boss improvements with Wyrmscraig and sailing changes. That's
Oh,
the
I guess
update
so.
for this week. It's more sailing and boss changes. Actually, a really, really big update for one of the most OG skills, fishing.
Oh, they meant sailing.
No.
Yeah. Well, we'll say the hot fixes first. This has already been fixed, but raw shark that's caught from your boat was not able to be stored in your cargo hold. There also used to be some visual and audio issues at Mad Angel that have been fixed, but they're still investigating an issue where accessing the bond or membership store pages on the iOS client closes the app. That's gonna be really frustrating for mobile players.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, we have some Wyrmscraig tweaks.
Wyrmscraig.
So last week they launched Wyrmscraig. In case you've been under a rock, you should check it out. It's a new island. It does require like 62 sailing, a little bit of crafting, as well as rune crafting. So yeah, hopefully you have the requirements for it. If you do, then you get access to a new quest, new boss, and a new Slayer Master, as well as hunter and crafting activities.
I really am enjoying Wyrmscraig.
Yeah, really good island.
Really good. You did great. Screetmonger, gnome, whatever your name is.
Yeah,
You
whatever
did
your name
great.
is. Anyways, Settled and Gnome have put out a video together, Gnome being the creator of the island.
Yeah, not gnome monkey, different gnome.
Yeah, I'd recommend checking it out, but if you've already been to the island, then it's nothing new. It just kind of goes over the general happenings of the island. It does give some insight on like how many pets have been found and stuff like
Fun.
that. So some really cool, interesting facts there. So check it out if you want to, but also there's a little bit of changes that have been from feedback over the week.
Yeah, so I guess that whenever they added goats, they added to Hunter's Rumors at the
Master tier.
highest tier,
Yep.
which people did not like. So they removed it from the Wolf Hunter Rumor tier. It is still going to be available in the lower tiers, though.
People don't like that.
Yeah.
Because
They're also
now you gotta, if you are already a master, then you have to go and do the worst tiers.
Yeah, but people didn't like it otherwise because it was ruining the meta of like trying to like
Yeah.
game the hunter. But I mean, at the same time, like they're gonna have to add more hunter rumors as the years
Yeah,
go.
you
So
weren't gonna make anyone happy about this, so they just went with the
yeah,
lower.
you just have to choose one way.
The lower option.
They're also making goat hunter rumors slightly faster, so they're increasing the hoof drop rate from 1 out of 50 to 1 out of 48. And at level 99 hunter, you'll always now get the pity drop after filling 4 pits with goats. It's actually a really sad gameplay.
Pretty morbid.
Yeah, it is very morbid, which sucks because I want that little goat pet. I saw it at the GE and it looks so good.
Yeah.
It's super cute.
True. Anyways, they do say thanks again for the feedback, and also this shouldn't change, or they want to be clear that this change shouldn't set an expectation that Hunter Rumors will never see changes to their efficiency or meta. They just didn't communicate their intentions this time, so they wanted to adjust it correctly.
Okay. Mad Angel. I've been liking Mad Angel. It's actually pretty fun.
It's
not great money.
very interesting boss.
You were getting a little frustrated because your KC takes so long.
I was, because I didn't. Okay, so I expected it to be like, okay, 70 combat is fine here. Apparently, it's recommended like 85.
Oh,
So I was-
it's higher on the
I was
mid-level.
a little low.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so maybe that's why. But
I didn't notice
anyways,
in my Inquisitors.
Yeah, I think in the video, when I watched the video with Soup, I think they mentioned that it's like 80 or 85, and I was like, oh, I only just got 80, or I'm 90 now, but whenever I was fighting him, it wasn't very
That
high.
makes sense because your case, you were taking like 3 minutes.
Yeah, they were pretty slow.
Yeah.
Also, the Mad Angel's pet is now the first entry in the collection log, as it should have been this whole
It's
time.
silly that they keep doing that with every new boss.
Yeah. A nice quality of life thing is that there's a shadow beneath the Mad Angel, which should make it easier to click.
That's nice.
Because
Okay,
you could
cool.
easily yellow X on this
Oh,
boss
you don't need
accidentally.
to tell me. With 500 KC, I did that probably 500 times.
Yes, and there's a lot of movement on this boss fight.
Yeah. And they're also did say, by the way, that they're going to try to make the shadows the new standard for bosses going forward, which
Yep.
it should be. Yeah, makes sense. For golem crafting, other players' golem crafting sound effects will no longer be heard across the island.
It
I'm
had
so sad I didn't hear this.
It had a mining effect, if you know what I mean.
Just like,
Yep.
that's really cute.
Some other changes is Mortimer dialogue has been updated to clarify its perks, and some spelling errors have been corrected with the dialogue Mr. Supplies Jr.
Okay. Further changes later today, at the time of this blog, which I think was on the 4th, August 4th.
No, it's today.
Oh, August 5th. A poll is planned to open later to ask whether we should buff the jeweler's chisel to speed up bolt tip production. This was widely requested and we love the idea. So the additional benefits, which are subject to polling: the jeweler's chisel can cut bolt tips from gems at 2 ticks instead of 5. And additionally, it'll offer a 1 in 10 chance to cut 2 gems into bolt tips at once.
Yeah,
I like this idea.
Very strong.
Yeah, I think this is kind of cool.
Some people wanted it to be like better at golem crafting.
They're not gems.
But yeah, it's a jeweler's chisel, so they're
It's not
like
a golem chisel.
they thought that the chiseling of the gems was close enough, so that's why it only affects that.
Yeah, I think that that's good enough.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
agree.
it's a pretty chill little activity
Yeah,
too.
and also golem crafting is already really good. Don't be so greedy. Future
Anyway.
plans though, so they're gonna be a lot of people are.
I was a little sad about this.
A lot of people are back and forth on this. So next week, not this week, but next week, Mad Angel's clue drops, which are a fairly high drop rate.
It's like 1 out of 25 for hard clues.
They're going from hard to mediums.
Sad. This was gonna be my new way to farm hard clues. Right now, I go to the wilderness. I like the Rev Caves.
Yep. And also, they'll fix an issue with the gem pouch to ensure that gems from golem crafting go into that.
Oh, cool. I did not notice that one earlier. I was too distracted by the clues.
Yep.
And later this month, they do plan on releasing the Mad Angel combat achievements. They're hoping in 3 weeks from now.
Yes. And also, lastly, sometime this month, they're going to be resizing the Slayer rewards interface vertically to match the client height because it's a little squished after the update.
Yeah. There is still that Wyrmscraig art competition going on in the RuneScape art community Discord. If you submit your artwork before August 13th, you could win some bonds. I had an idea, but like I'm lazy, so I don't know if I'll actually submit anything.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not an artist. It would just be like a silly thing. I'd be hoping to win silly for sure.
Okay. Cool.
But
and then we
this
have,
is out of nowhere.
like I said, some crazy changes. These
Yeah.
are from actually a blog that we did before. It's just kind of been a while. So
It's been a long time.
now you can fish from your boat.
I love this. This is super cool. Like regular fishing on your boat.
Regular fishing. And this is actually a really big buff to certain kinds of fishing.
Yes. Okay,
So,
cool.
Yeah, you can now train fishing while on your boat as described in the sailing buff blogs from before. And the new fishing spots work the same way as always, but they're bigger. So instead of 1x1 spots, they're 5x5.
And they don't move. Most
Yes.
importantly, you
Most
can
importantly.
AFK.
So that is fortunate and unfortunate, kind of depending on what you're going for. Because
Okay.
people have already started, theorizing, checking out
Naturally.
what is good and what is bad about these spots. So for things like Karambwans,
Mm-hmm.
surprisingly doesn't benefit nearly as much based on people's feedback so far.
Karambwans don't move normally, right?
Exactly.
Well, I was just thinking for if something like Karambwans, which I don't even know if you could catch with this, to be
You
fair.
can.
Oh, you can? It's just for the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I thought this whole thing was mostly for the vibe.
Because Karambwans already don't move, and on top of that, they're already really easy to get to.
Yeah, and they're next to a fairy ring, so you can
They're
bank
next
them.
to a fairy ring, and you can use your fish barrel there.
Yeah.
So it is very efficient already, but huge improvements to other things like anglers, which
Yeah.
anglers do move, not anymore.
Yesterday, I was doing a master clue step to catch an anglerfish, you know, the Sherlock one. I was there for 2 minutes. It switched like 3 times, and I'm 99 fishing. I was like, actually, I thought I had the wrong fishing rod because
Yeah.
it took me 2 minutes to catch one. So this is great. I love this.
Yeah, so this is a really big upgrade, and if you have like the biggest storage, that means you can get like your inventory plus like 200 anglers, which
You
is
could put
like,
the fish in the cargo. Yeah.
yep, which is kind of around like 2 hours ish of mostly AFK angler fishing.
This is great.
It still does require all the normal stuff. So all your worms and stuff like
Of
that,
course.
all your baits should be the normal. So don't expect anything special there. But yeah, and it's actually not too far from a bank, because this is the unfortunate part. Not
Mhm.
all fish spots are made equal.
Oh,
Some are close to spots, but those spots don't have bank access,
I was thinking Karamas are probably nowhere near a bank or
or
even a dock.
like they kind of are, but there's only certain ones that are near enough a bank, in particular, a bank that gives you access to your crewmates, because your
Mm,
crewmates are going to be the fastest way to offload your boat.
yeah.
So not all deposit boxes are the same.
Yeah.
So you're that's why this is going to be, you know, require some testing and stuff like that. But for instance, it's only like a 20-second sail away from the angler spot that does have a spot with crew members, so it's really convenient. But like for the closest one to Karambwans, for example, I think it is a little bit further, because you got to go to either Port Sarim or Pandemonium. It's not very convenient. Whereas, you know, Karambwans are already really convenient. So
Mhm.
it's a tough competition for those players. You're probably not going to get a big buff, is what I'm saying. And
But the aesthetic
but
will
the
be
aesthetic,
there.
the thing is though, if you're like, oh, but I can just AFK for a long time and put 200 Karambwans in my, you know, in my sloop.
Mhm.
No, you
No.
you are limited based on what fish you're going for and what boat you have.
Hmm.
So, for instance, we have a full chart breakdown of which you can and
Oh,
can't
yeah.
get. Sloops and skiffs, kind of thematically, appropriately, can only rod fish.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because some people are like, I mean, I guess you can be harsh and critical on this, but it does just kind of make sense. People are like, clearly they didn't want to have to navigate the animation redo that it would be required for you to, like, you know, because whenever you go to pot fish, for example, like lobsters, you
Mhm.
get down.
Yeah,
Or
which is impossible.
harpooning, you
I just
get,
imagine harpooning while standing on a boat in the middle of the ocean sounds
yeah.
annoying.
Thematically, it sounds foolish, but also realistically, they'd have to redo the animations completely.
Yeah. And it gives a reason to actually keep your rafts, which is the way that you'll have to do stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. So
I liked that.
they do have a list. They have a list of, like, for instance, if you wanted to, for some reason, fish sardines or herrings, then you can use any boat.
No? Oh, I was looking at shrimp.
But and same thing for sharks. You can use actually not for sharks, but sharks is a good example. So like you can only use rafts there because it is
Harpoon.
harpoon. Uh and also, like, for anglerfish, you can use any boat.
Yeah, it made me realize that there's really not that much fish that have regular like fishing rods.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of
So
interesting.
that's why a lot of the conversation is mainly around sharks and anglers, just because a lot of the others are either irrelevant or have kind of been eliminated based on like the convenience factor and stuff
I
like that.
mean, I think it's kind of cool. It
Yeah,
makes you like have to use your raft.
yeah, it gives you
Interesting.
options.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, as it is now, until like maybe Runelite updates the map or RuneScape itself does, there's no fishing spots actually on the map. So they do tell you
Mm.
where to look for the fishing spots.
Hopefully by the time this episode's out, you can just look at the map because this seems
Yeah.
annoying.
So, for instance, and these fishing spots, they're new, so you're not going to know where they are. The shark spot is going to be near Musa Point. The
Lobsters are south of Catherby.
yeah, the Karambwans are kind of just near the Karambwan area, and the anglers are kind of just near the angler area near Piscavilius.
And then monkfish is north of the easternmost monkfish spots in Piscataurus.
Yeah, so they're kind of near where you might expect, but if you're having trouble, they do have
Yeah, you can probably just sail around a little bit.
they have a table. Look for all the other boats that are there.
Yeah,
And
that's going to be very helpful. A lot of people are
yeah.
probably doing these.
Yeah, so Also, additional sailing changes. So those were all the fishing changes.
I think that's really cool.
Big fishing boon, especially for the angler
I'm
enjoyers.
really glad they did that.
Yeah, there's some more changes though.
Okay, so the teleport to boat spell has now been added as an extra perk to the max cape following its addition to the skill cape last week, the sailing skill cape.
Yeah, the portal nexus now supports teleporting to your last boat.
Bounty task descriptions have been updated to match the correct quantity that is listed.
The facility bottle now reminds you of their contents as you attempt to destroy them on free-to-play worlds.
Adamant keel is now listed in the sailing skilling guide.
They fixed an issue where operating the helm while sailing prevented certain sounds from playing correctly.
That's very interesting. That's it for sailing, though. Pretty good sailing updates.
And that
gotta
is
say.
it. They are also aware there's like some weird jank with the boats and its positioning around certain spots. So I think they're still, ironing out some stuff, but for the most part, it should work.
Okay.
For the most part. Yeah.
Allegedly. Next up, we have Blood Moon Rises tweaks. So before diving into the changes, they do want to address feedback that were on the Maggot King Speed Chaser task. If you guys don't remember, there was no Grandmaster task. They were all Master at the highest.
But the one Master task that everyone was like, this is not a very difficult task, was the Speed Chaser one.
Yeah, that one is going to get changed. It's going to be bumped up to become a Grandmaster task in next week's update. They believe that this is more fitting of the difficulty. So the Maggot King will have exactly one Grandmaster task.
If my memory serves, it's 5 KC in under 9 minutes.
I believe so, yeah.
Which is very, very quick.
That is really fast.
Some people were complaining though, obviously. So some people were hoping that they would change it so that this task be like Yama's task. Do you know how Yama's task works?
It's to get, isn't it like a certain amount of KC in a certain, or during a trip or something? I don't remember. It's been a while.
It's an amount of KC in a total amount of time.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I think Araxer does that too.
Yeah, Araxer does it too. So very forgiving. For anyone that's missing out on the point, that means that you can leave.
Yeah.
You can get 1 KC, leave, and go back. And more importantly, if you get halfway through a KC and realize this isn't going to be it, you can leave. And try again. So very, very forgiving. What do you think?
I kind of feel like they will hear that criticism and change it to be like that.
Because I mean,
I can see them doing that.
A really difficult task because people are equating it, because obviously the reason they kind of moved towards these types of tasks, it seems, is because
Super RNG.
Whisperer, for example, one really quick kill is pretty difficult. Can be done through RNG, but very difficult to like force.
Yeah.
But the Yama way, the Araxer way, is still difficult.
The Araxer one, I think you do have to do it in one trip, to be fair, but
it is still significantly less RNG dependent.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's an amount that you can be responsible for as far as kill speed goes. But this is just actually the worst of both, if you really think about it, because that means you have to get good RNG 5 times in a row.
I don't think it should be in a row. That makes it hard.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how to not do in a row, so I don't know. I think that the way it works at Araxer, I'm not going to look it up. I'm going based off memory. I think it's something like, and I'm making up the numbers too.
Yeah, I think it is slightly different than Yama's.
It's like 5 KC in 10 minutes. But that also means that every KC you essentially can start that streak over. And that kind of helps.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess is kind of the Maggot King one is too, but I don't know. I haven't tried it. I still only have 4 KC at Maggot King. I've just been at the Mad Angel because I think it's fun.
Yeah. Anyways, I saw a lot of people complaining about it. I don't know if they're justified or not. I just thought it was an interesting response.
Yeah.
Regardless. So I think that's kind of cool. They did make it Grandmaster. So obviously, I mean, the Grandmasters were going to do this anyways. So I guess it's kind of irrelevant, really.
True. They've probably already done it.
Yeah. Anyways, with that out of the way, we can have a look at this week's changes. So the description for Maggot King Speed Chaser has been clarified.
The Maggot King has been added to the high scores panel in game.
They updated the chat box for fletching seeking errors to better reflect the quantities created.
And they fixed a bug where 2 players entering the Vampyrium portal, 1 tick apart, could cause visibility issues.
True.
You're not meant to go without there. Sorry.
Yeah. Bunch of Deadman permanent changes.
This is so random.
Yeah.
Okay. They said that after Deadman Annihilation came to an end, they asked permanent Deadman community if they wanted to see any changes integrated into the server. Yeah, I guess that they did because we have a list of them. We could rapid fire through some. Just some.
Yeah, there's some of them. There's a lot of very small changes.
So you'll no longer receive bank keys nor lose items from your bank on death. Just choose one and read it.
Yeah. Also, Dead Man chests will now spawn once per hour. The chests offer a rare chance at ancient armor, and the dog swords very rare
Love the
chance.
dog sword.
Also, if you don't get any of those, you'll get a tier 5 emblem. And in order to open the chest, you'll be risking at least 250k worth of alchables.
Okay. Archaic emblems tier 1 and 5 are now tradable on the GE.
Also, the following charms have additional functionalities. The nimbleness charm now gives you unlimited run and natural prayer drain and prevents natural prayer drain. Vulnerability charm heals you for 10% of the damage you deal, and accumulation charm now gives planks instead of logs, depending on your preference.
Cool.
Yep.
To help free up inventory space, charms will now also function while stored inside a looting bag, provided that it is in your inventory.
And the fee dropped to PKers to fix Void Knight equipment pieces has been made significantly more expensive. And also, the Void Knight equipment pieces purchased from Pest Control will now be given in broken stated. So you have to fix it first.
Okay. Ancient Scepter and Blighted Surge sacks have been added to the Emblem Trader store alongside a new lamp to complete Fairy Tale Part 1 and 2.
And last but
Kinda
not
funny.
least, we have players will now always receive PvP immunity for 1 minute after a successful PvP kill in a singles zone. The immunity timer will be displayed in players' chat, and that's just how it works on Deadman Annihilation.
Cool. Okay. And there is a couple other small changes there, but I think that there's only like 400 people that are active in that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if I'm exaggerating.
chances are if you play that mode, one, you're probably not listening to this, and two, you already know about it.
True. Yeah. I feel like there's probably not any permanent Deadman mode fans that listen to this podcast, but if you are, please say something because I would love to know. Like,
I mean,
if we should have not been skipping your stuff,
we get our
let me
PvP
know.
news so inaccurate and so like uselessly baseless that I feel
Yeah.
like we can't have any PvPers seriously listening to us.
I don't know. Maybe they listen because we're funny
Maybe.
and our great personalities.
Pass the time.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe while they're doing their revs.
Other changes. So before we move on, there's something they want to touch on, which is under the hood technical changes that will soon be visible to any budding developers and data miners, and it's
Yeah.
natural to speculate.
That's why you had to update your app on your phone today.
Is that why?
Yeah, because there's behind the scenes changes. Anytime
Oh.
there's behind the scenes changes, you don't normally update your app on your phone. You have to go to the actual, at least for Android, you have to go to the store
That's so
to
annoying.
update it.
I hate that.
Yeah.
So they're currently doing some exploration into the work required to localize OSRS into other languages. This could be something really exciting, but we want to manage expectations. We'll share more when there's something worth sharing, but you might not hear about this for a very long time. I hope they're
Yeah.
able to do that. That would be
I would
cool.
wait with bated breath, not really, because
That'd be so cool.
localization is one of the most time consuming things that a video game can do.
Okay, but first think about just how cool it is for people in general,
Yeah.
and how cool it is for people like us trying to learn another language.
Okay.
If we could put in another language.
I don't think you understand how long it takes to localize for one language. They're not going to do it for Dutch.
What do you mean? Dutch is like the #1 language in the world.
It might take them like legitimately 5 years to do it for Spanish, which would be the most logical next language.
Well, I also kind of want to learn Spanish, so it's fine.
Okay.
It'd be useful.
Anyways, there's some other changes. The demonic mark emote has been summoned back after its brief disappearance with some engine or emote changes. It should now work as normal.
The Raging Echoes Astral Contact animation can now be deselected and changed without issue.
They fixed a bug where hits that dealt no damage used to count towards Phantom Muscle's form switches.
On Java-based clients, there's now a setting that allows you to enable or disable the mouse over text displayed in the top left corner of your screen.
And also telescopes work with the Wilderness POH theme.
Tarnished weapons no longer have a wield option in their menu.
And some eagle-eyed players spotted the renderer option for the grayed out drop-down box. This has been added as part of our back-end work. So yeah, you can't actually use it yet, but
Don't
this
worry.
is only on the official client. No changes have been made on the current live renderer.
Fix an issue where some music tracks were missing notes.
Yep.
That's kind of silly.
There was a pretty nice small visual upgrade to the login and launcher. So just some small stuff. Also,
Yeah.
there are some phishing guidelines in case.
They just basically want to say they're going to be changing the launcher and the login styles to look like a little bit more with how they want to look going forward. So, you know, you're probably not getting phished, but just in case the phishing guidelines are here.
Yeah.
And RuneFest. RuneFest is getting so close, less than 2 months away. We're gonna be in England.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 months from now, we're probably gonna be flying back from England. We are not staying long. October 3rd and 4th, RuneFest is gonna be returning to Birmingham. There's gonna be
Birmingham.
Birmingham. There's gonna be 6,000 people to celebrate 25 years of RuneScape, meet your favorite J-mods, content creators, fellow players, engage in RuneScape activities, learn firsthand about upcoming content, and immerse yourself in all things Gilnor. There's gonna be live stage entertainment, parties, competition, Golden Gnome Awards, land zones, goodie bags, and merchandise stalls. I am probably gonna buy merch, unfortunately.
I mean,
I'm gonna be poor.
yeah.
It's gonna be fun. The tickets are 96% sold out, but I mean, 4% of 6,000 is probably still a decent amount. So go buy your tickets if you haven't, and
Yeah.
come say hi to us.
Yeah, sure. You can do that.
Yeah, it'll be so fun.
Yeah, that should be pretty cool. Also, shout out to what's his name? Ozzy Osbourne. Apparently he's having a installation, or like maybe a new ride, or there's a new thing at Universal that is based around Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, and he's
I
like
saw
from Birmingham, right?
Yeah, he's from Birmingham.
I was like, I like how you didn't say the correlate or like the relation there.
Everyone should know that he's from Birmingham.
It was like his last show.
Yeah.
We were gonna try to go
lived
to
and died
that.
there.
We could not get tickets.
Yeah, it was like $5,000.
Yeah, all the regular press ones sold out before we could even get into it.
All right, let's jump into this Q&A.
Perfect. All right. First question is from Harger, who changed his picture on Discord, and now I'm thrown off.
It's a little picture of you.
It's a creature, like a stuffed
It
animal.
looks like a small owl.
I think it's an owl. Do you think it would be popular if Jagex introduced an official online academy with classes on rune tech? It would have live training courses with JMods and allow participants certain sandbox elements to experiment with new map and monster creation. Harger, you won me over. I actually really like this. I think that'd be super cool.
I think that'd be neat.
I think that'd be really, really fun.
Yeah, that would be neat because, I mean, obviously, for anyone that, I'm not even 100% on this. This is just my understanding is rune tech is essentially what works under the hood.
I would not have known that
RuneScape.
except for earlier when we read the podcast. Modern In was on it and they were talking about it.
Yeah, so I've only heard about it a couple times, but it just seems like essentially the engine that runs a lot of the stuff for RuneScape.
Mhm.
And if developers had more access to it, I think it would be cool. I think it would create a lot of work for the developers to approve certain things that had better understanding of the inner workings. So it could be a double-edged sword where you could be getting cool new plugins based on rune tech, but you could also be getting potentially a lot more malicious stuff as well.
True.
Like
Yeah.
either cheat client type stuff or even like
That's fair.
like even just like straight up hacking into stuff and like gaining access like remotely.
Okay, well, hear me out because I'll be like the middle ground person that you usually are.
Yeah.
What if instead of doing like this online academy, it's just more they teach you some tips and tricks in the like element, like not
Yeah.
teaching you how to do everything. They just choose stuff that they're like, you can't use this against us somehow.
Well, no, that's what I would have expected anyways. I don't think there's like really room for them to create like an academy. And also the people that are going to be interested in this type of thing are already not in need of an academy. They're
Mhm.
already probably slightly experienced devs that do this on their free time.
It would be kind of cool just like starting from like page 0, and just being like, how do you do it?
Yeah, I think it would be cool. I just think having this fully exposed to good actors and bad actors alike might be a little, not even dangerous necessarily. I think it would just be, it could potentially bog down the team with the amount of ingress from like all of the good and bad devs.
Okay.
You know,
I can see that.
this, yeah, if their team gets bigger and they have, QA for all of this, because I mean, we've already seen plugins
Mhm.
that have become, banned because they are from bad actors and they
True.
are either hacking plugins or plugins that are meant to take control of your like keylog, your strokes.
Yeah.
So it's like they're already kind of running into that issue, and this would just,
Get them more power.
yeah, this would just exacerbate the current issue, which
Find another way to do it. Maybe don't actually use the RuneScape one. Like use a different thing.
yeah, maybe. I think if there were like some type of like God mode sandbox thing that could be cool for like app testing and plugin testing, and not necessarily have to show you any extra under the hood stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Just do with like a general under the hood, not related to RuneScape.
Yeah, and
So it's not
maybe
as sketch.
I could see that even being better. Another layer of protection is for like pre-approved developer slash creators,
Hmm.
because then there would be like some type of an approval process. So at least someone is
Making sure you actually like are a real person that's played this game.
yeah, even remotely vetting, I think, is better than just giving access to everyone.
That's true.
At least for now.
Yeah. Second question from Matt. This might be tricky, but do you think Jagex could and even would track the amount of times you have killed another player? You could, for example, have a section in your personalized scores where it shows the 100 players you've killed the most, or a tally chart on the wall in your POH. Also, when you kill another player for the second time or more, you receive a message reading, "Congratulations, you've just killed blank for the blankth time." And a final thought, maybe if you die to a player more than once, you receive the message, "You have fallen to blank for the blank time." I really like this because sometimes I wonder if I'm getting killed by the same PKers over and over again, and this would answer my question.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they can, but if they can, I want this. And I like the idea of it being a tally chart on the wall. I want it to be like written like you're using like chalk on the wall, like to keep track of your victims or something. I think that'd be a funny way to do it.
Yeah.
I like this. I think this is a cool idea. You guys are winning me this week. Wow. Everything I like, he doesn't like.
I'm not against this. I just don't think it's possible.
I don't know if it's possible.
Mostly because it is extremely common, especially in PvP. It's less common in PvE in my experience, but it's extremely common in PvP to name change.
People do name change a lot, huh?
A lot.
Yeah,
For
it'd be
anyone
really
that
hard
doesn't
to
know,
keep track
as a
of.
member, you get one free name change every month, and if you want to do it more often, you just need a bond.
Wow.
So it is expensive.
I guess that is smart for PKers because otherwise people would start recognizing the same names over and
Yeah.
over and be like, wait,
And
that guy's a PKer.
it's a common tactic. If you double name change, it's very difficult to find a person because then you can't look up their old name, you can't look up their new name, you have to look up their new name, which is often very difficult to find.
Yeah, so I don't think it'd be possible, but it would be fun.
Yeah, I just
possible.
don't I don't think it's possible unless you know their like real ID. For instance, like World of Warcraft does this, other games do this, but there are IDs and then real IDs,
Mhm.
which is like it'd be like, let's say it's cool because and even like League of Legends does this. A lot of games do this now, where essentially you have an under the hood name and then and then your show name.
Is it kind of like Discord? How Discord used to be?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so similar where like, let's say your name is Bob and then it'd be like hashtag 5479. That means that there's like, there can be infinite Bobs. They just all have different hashtags after their name, but the hashtag is hidden.
Okay.
So then you can have your show name be something else, or it can be literally anything and it's not unique because everyone is technically followed by a hidden ID after their name, which completes their full real ID.
I feel like a way to make this work would be something like the ID thing you said, but this would kind of ruin the fun of it for a lot of people. But to just keep like those like real ID things, and you don't necessarily know who that is, but you do know that you like, dude, why does this person keep killing me? But you don't really even know which person it is because they keep name changing. But I do think it'd just be cool to see like the stats of how often it is the same person. Even if you can't necessarily like keep track of who they actually are.
I think it'd be cool if it was like a thing you could turn on, maybe.
Yeah.
Like kind of like a flex thing. Yeah, like maybe that would be kind of cool because not everyone is like.
I don't think a lot of people would be comfortable having something that could track them throughout the game forever.
Well, not necessarily like a thing that's permanent, but it'd be all like, oh, are you? I don't know. Like, not everyone, I guess, is what I'm saying is not everyone is like a dubious PKer, and they're like either doing honor fights or even no honor fights, but not like pushing someone into multi and getting them killed type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're that type of player, then maybe you'd be like, oh, cool. I have, 50 kills under this name and I've, it tracks, but then it couldn't track other players. So it's like,
it makes it hard.
Yeah. Maybe if there was like, if they could do this with like a game mode, like, BH or something.
Or if they could even just do this, like maybe in Deadman mode, because you can make it so people can't change their usernames and then you can track people. Like that could be kind of fun to see. It would just
Yeah.
probably be low-key impossible to do a main game. But
Yeah.
a cool idea. I like the idea.
And unfortunately, we know that almost for certain they don't use I mean, you can even see this now. In game, they don't use the real ID system because you can't have multiple of one character's name.
Mm,
But on your launcher, you can.
that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know why that is, but yeah, maybe they'll update it eventually. I think if they do update that and they can track your real ID permanently, then I could see something like that. And they're like be a leaderboard type of thing for that. But as it is now, I just don't think it's even possible.
Okay. Well, thank you for the idea anyway. That's actually it for the Q&A this week. But reminder, if you have any questions for Goth OSRS, please go ask. Like as soon as you hear this, I'm recording with her on Sunday and this is coming out Thursday for Patreon, Friday for everyone else. So ask soon, please.
Yeah. Shout out to Goth. Thanks for being on next
Thank
week.
you.
And if you guys like this episode, make sure to follow us at any of our links down below.
Yeah, or I'll list them for you. So our TikTok and Twitter are Bunebape OSRS, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Blue Sky are all Bunebape. I stream 4 days a week at twitch.tv/Bunebape. And now whenever I don't feel like streaming, Robert's gonna stream sometimes,
Sure.
which is really fun. He does not put his camera on though, but he just like slanders me. It's fun. Everyone has fun. And I will hopefully eventually go back to learn the Maggot King, but I'm still having fun at Mad Angel, so I don't really know what I'm doing right now in game. We're just chilling. So come stop
Big
by.
chilling. Yep. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, we'll see you all.
Very soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.